Our uniformed services are done, whether it's traffic or patrol or crime reduction efforts, problem-solving officers out of the Bureau of Field Ops. The follow-up investigations done out of Bureau of Investigation, those are all the plainclothes investigators. Mm-hmm. Services does training, it does records, it does, I think, the fleet. There are 2 or 3 other disparate functions of animal control services. Very few sworn people in Bureau services, maybe 5.
So when we look at the full complement, we have sworn officers and the numbers that there's a lot of discussion around, but there's also administrative staff and support staff to
Yes.
keep the machine moving.
Yes, that's actually about 270 support staff right now.
Right, so it's an important thing to understand and know. So as we engage Oaklanders in their, neighborhood watch activities and their working with the new PSOs and problem-solving officers and through Measure Y or the Community Policing Task Force, what message is the message that you would like to send to people of Oakland?
Well, I think we're doing a fairly comprehensive job at community policing today. We're not fully implemented, but we're certainly much better than we were this time last year. I think of the 57 community policing beats, we've got about 35 of them filled. They're doing very good work. A lot of the quality of life and property crimes that are so important to people who are not subject to those high crime areas are being addressed. Probably, I think that there's a great deal of anxiety over what I think people in the city think of as violent crime today. It's essentially the same or a little bit less than it was this time last year. It's happening all over the nation. We're not unique. It's not an Oakland exclusive problem. We're marking our successes on a daily basis, and I think that the more the community continues with the current partnership we have, that is their neighborhood watches, their support of the Community Policing Advisory Board, their neighborhood crime prevention councils, those are all going to be successful for us.
The DA joined us for an earlier taping, and Mr. Orloff was mentioning that about 80% of the cases that come in throughout the county are cases that they can take and pursue, and about 20% countywide are cases that, for whatever reason, they don't have the evidence they need. And in many cases, he's referring to lack of witnesses who are willing to testify so they can make their case. Is this a trend that you see in more of the violent crime than the property crime issues, where people are not willing to testify?
I think it's a movement nationally. It's sometimes referred to as a stop snitching movement. You see it on a lot of young people's T-shirts. We're currently, and we do have that problem here as well. There's a reluctance on the part of people to become involved or take the responsibility to be a witness in a criminal case. They're, of course, concerned for the most part is retaliation. On the other hand, there's a number of people who believe that cooperating with the police on any level should be avoided, and I think that that's one of the issues that we're finding problematic as well.
Sure. So. The use of technology, both from a standpoint of cameras, which, as you've educated me, can be a force multiplier, as well as the use of things like GPS for command and control purposes. Where do we stand here in Oakland with the technology, and is that a function for the council to play by way of funding, or what steps or what stands in our way to implementation?
Contemporary technology is one of our prime goals in our soon-to-be-published strategic plan. We're doing reasonably well. There's a lot of things that we're acquiring or that we have online today that are very helpful and are force multipliers for us. Things like in-car video, stationary video that is used for investigative leads, and in some instances is actually a crime prevention tool. The GPS, of course, goes 2 ways. One, we put them on convicted felons to monitor their movements. That, I might add, is becoming sort of a professional standard with us. On the other hand, we're using GPS locators that will be coming along with the in-car video which is a real tool for us to be able to deploy reasonably.
Okay. So as we kind of look at then the future of where things are going, this strategic report will be coming out in the new year or in the fall?
Actually, I think they were waiting for me to get back from vacation to do the last
enough.
read of it. Yeah, I think our first run will be to put it in front of City Council, and it'll go up on the website.
Right. Okay, good. Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Well, as we continue, you know, we are a weekly show, and we're addressing the issues that face Oakland: retail, business attraction, housing, and of course, talking a little bit about neighborhood safety. We'd like to have you back in the future to keep us
I'd be
informed
happy to
as to
come
what's
back.
going on.
Yeah,
Thanks
good.
for your time.
Thanks.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Like the opportunity.